looking for our gas can. Thought it was sitting right in here in the office. Oh, right there. All right. Good morning, everybody. Scott with Schmidt-Samber Ranch. Saturday morning, and we are going to town to get a little diesel for the tractor. And we're going to do some disking for deers part 2 today. This little field down here by the party barn, we're going to disc it up this morning. So take you guys along. You guys know that gas cans are color coded. There's one color for gasoline, one color for diesel. And we just went and got diesel, and diesel cans are yellow. Gasoline cans are red. So we're going to take this diesel, put it in that tractor over there, and disc this field out here. And we'll have to, disc is probably going to have a low tire, but we should be started here pretty soon. Got about 5 acres here we're going to disc up this morning, and we've got about, I don't know, 4 hours before the Sooners game. We'll have this done by then, but get through the gate and I'll make the first round, and we'll sit on the tractor and listen to the radio, disc things up. Pretty good. So we'll just keep going around. This is only a 10-foot disc, so it takes a little while, but we've got some time. Listen to the radio, sports animal, get ready for the Sooner game at 11, and then we're going to have some people over to the party barn right over there. Watch the ball game, eat some hamburgers, hot dogs. Pretty good Saturday. So one thing I always watch for when I'm disking are red-tailed hawks or different kinds of birds of prey. Usually it's hawks will start to gather, usually there's one or two that show up, and what they're waiting for is, as we make our rounds around here, there's out in this grass, there's mice and rabbits, and usually mice and rabbits, and as we make our rounds, we push them further and further into the inside of this field. And eventually, they're caught out here. They have to make a run for it to get over here out of this open field that's now disc. And the hawks understand that, and they usually catch dinner out of here. And I don't see any. There's a bird sitting up in that dead tree right there, but I don't think it's a hawk. So I think it's a buzzard, actually. So if any show up, we'll keep an eye out for them. That's a pretty nice straight line I'm cutting. Sun's fixing to come up over the trees. It's been up a little bit. Keep making rounds. I really would like to finish. We don't have much left, but that's one bar on the diesel. So I don't want to run it out of diesel. So we're gonna hop in the pickup, run back to town, and fill our red diesel can up once again. Better safe than sorry. I think I could finish it, but we're gonna need more fuel anyway at some point, so we're gonna run and get some. I thought while we were out getting diesel, we'd pull in here to the corn depot and get us some deer corn. I figured there'd be, this time of year on a Saturday morning, there's usually a line here, but we've got the place to ourselves, so we're gonna fill up the protein tubs in the back with corn. We'll dump it out a little later. Once we get everything put in park, we'll jump out here. And get my money out. We'll put 20 bucks in here, fill those up. Usually that works. Hit start. Stopped about halfway through. All right. We'll put that out when we're done disking. See you in a little bit. Well, we're gonna pull up here, put some diesel in there and finish this disking. Then we'll go dump the deer corn. I know, it's supposed to be yellow. We've already talked about it. And I could be using red diesel. This is clear diesel I'm putting in there, but the amount I'm buying, it doesn't make much difference. I probably should have just put my diesel tank in the back of the pickup. I got a little 50-gallon diesel tank, but it's sitting in the shop. I should put it right there and just went and got 25 gallons and filled this thing up, but too lazy, I guess. But we're about done. Just got a little strip through there. And then if I had seed, we would plant this today, but we're gonna have to pick some up this week. We'll just plant rye seed in. That's like we're gonna throw some turnips in there also. So, but all right, that's that. Well, why won't that start? There it went. We're going into the sun. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, we got 3 bars now, so we ought to be able to finish. We're going to turn this air conditioner up a notch and kick the brake off, put this in forward, up the throttle. We run around 2,000 RPM. Take off here and try not to hit the pickup. A little more throttle. Guys up there where the sun's not shining on you. I thought this would be our last pass, but we might have to catch just a little strip on the way back. We'll see if we're catching it all. Get it on. There, you guys can see better now. Well, that's pretty well got it. well house and take the tractor to the barn to go put our deer corn. Headed right over there. Put this in float, push that all the way forward, puts it in float, and it releases the pressure off those hydraulic hoses. All right, we'll let this thing idle down for just a second, and then we'll go jump in the pickup and go dump deer corn. So it's about deer season. We've got about 2 weeks till bow season starts, and old Tugger Bob will want to be setting up his deer hut here before too long. You guys see that cat sitting there? We have a bunch of kittens around. My youngest daughter loves them, and we just had our original mother cat just had another litter of 5, so we're pretty kitty rich around here. All right. You know what? I almost reached back in there to grab my phone, but well, I tell you, that went pretty smooth. So this next week, we'll pick up some rye seed. We've only got, this is 5 acres, and then 2, maybe another 3. We've got 10 acres or something that we'll plant. So actually, that's, you plant 100 pounds of rye, so per acre, I believe. So we'd need quite a little bit, but for our little deal. So, all right, we're gonna go get in the pickup, drive over west of the pond, put out that deer corn, and I don't even know what time it is. It's probably getting to be 9:30 or something. So another hour and a half before the ball game starts, and this worked up pretty decent. So good enough for what we want to do. Had pretty good crabgrass out there, and I think next year what I'll do is work that up a little bit, or I disc this up a little bit earlier in the spring if we get good moisture like we did this year. Crabgrass, we could get a few calves and put on it. They're sky high. All right, see you at the corn pile. Stopped by here yesterday. We put some pig feed in, and I switched them up from that rolled corn to some pellets. So hopefully, I'm not real satisfied with the gain that they're growing. We're getting. They look pretty lean to me and haven't grown really well. And so we'll switch them to pellets, a little better feed, and see if we can't get them a little bit bigger. Oh, we need to dump that out. All right. A lot of that corn that I disked through came up. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but we're going to do it. All right. Got to get this in front of the camera. There's one tub. All right, that's how we do it. Just dump it out there. And these deers that we're hunting, they stay right back in here. So sometimes they come through here. A lot of times they come out right here sometimes. Most of the time they come right through here. And we got a stand, a bow stand right up here, which sometimes we put that corn pile here, but we got a bow stand right up there, which I haven't been up in it this year. We may need to trim out a shooting lane. It's been here for some years. So that's the view from up here. Yeah, we need to take this branch right down here. Tug's gonna have to come out here and trim up a little bit. Maybe trim some of this back. Take this branch out. But the deers will come, well, I've had them right down here. Come back through here. They come through there, around. So usually, that's your shot window right there. Sometimes they come from right there. I've had bucks come from there because they're bedded back in here, back over here. So that's the view from up here. Then I'll show you. Sometimes we put a ground blind up. A lot of times we put a ground blind up. And we usually plan for a south wind in here this time of year. That's coming from this way, going this way. So we will take and put our ground blind right back over in here, which there's the stick tights. They're getting ripe, but we'll put the ground blind right back over in there. Maybe right over in there even, 20-yard shot. So starting to feel a little bit like deer season out here. Well, all right. That's we rifle hunt out of that. So I can stop by. I'll go out this way. So I'll stop by up there and make sure we don't have any wasp nest in it or anything and look around up there. Kind of tweaked my back earlier moving that fuel around. Sign of getting old, I guess. So we built this, just little deer hut. And oh lordy. Yeah, there's what I was worried about, but they're no longer there. So I haven't been in here this year. It's pretty airtight, so I mean it's not airtight, but there's not wasp or anything getting in here. So that's our view down there, and you just take and open up a window, and I got this little deal there. You hook it on, and that's a rifle hunting spot. You see deers over there sometimes. Muzzleloader rifle. So it's a pretty nice little deer hut. Homemade, but good room in here. You can hunt 3 people. Pretty easy. Just west of the pond. Pond's right down there. I'm glad they're not there anymore. Well, all right, you guys. That's probably a long enough video for today. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the weekend. Have a blessed day, everybody.